India's logistics sector accounts for about 14% of the country's GDP, compared to the BRICS average of 11%. The PM Gati Shakti initiative, launched by the Indian government in 2021, aims to solve high logistics costs by upgrading the country's multimodal connectivity. The logistics market, although largely unorganized, has improved over the years. And Emiza, an end-to-end logistics service provider, is at the forefront of empowering homegrown brands. Joining us today are Ajay Rao, founder and CEO, and Jitendra Kumar, co-founder and executive director at Emiza, to help us understand how the company is revolutionizing the sector and strengthening businesses across the country.
Well, thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Jitendra, for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ritwika. Thanks for coming and visiting us here at our fulfillment center.
Absolutely, and it's really lovely to be here. So, Ajay, let's start from the very beginning. Tell us, what was the idea behind Emiza? It's also got a very unique name. So, if you can tell us about the idea behind that and the journey so far.
Sure. So, Emiza, the Isa or the Isa in Emiza is, in Sanskrit, Isa or Isa means power. So, it's M-power is what the name means, and that is sort of where the idea behind Emiza came out of. So in my previous job, before I started with Emiza, I was in the whole warehousing contract logistics space, and there I noticed that most of the 3PLs were focusing on large enterprise customers in automotive, engineering, chemical. But there was no specific focus around consumer, and at that point in time there was a whole emergence of e-commerce, right, with Amazon, Flipkart. So there were a lot of brands emerging. So there was nobody really focusing on giving them, a 3PL service. Right. So that's where I said there is a white space here, and there is clearly an opportunity for someone to come in and play a role here. Sure. So that was sort of the idea behind founding Emiza. And like I said, at the heart of the idea is about empowering. It's about empowering brands to grow their business both online and offline. And so that is sort of where we started from, and that is where that's what our mission is.
Sure. Staying with you, Ajay, the warehousing and logistics sector in India has seen like a boom, in India. I want to understand, what is Emiza's USP, your unique value proposition, what sets you apart from, the other competitors in the market?
Our business is a fairly complex business, right? And there are a lot of moving parts in there, because it's not a simple B2B operation where you're just moving boxes from A to B. Yeah. We are dealing with multiple channels, multiple customers, with multiple different operational complexities. So here the key is about helping customers simplify their lives. How do we allow them to focus on their business, allow them to focus on branding, production and sale, and not get involved in the back-end complexities? Because the moment you're dealing with Amazon, Flipkart, your own website, B2B, all of that, you need a massive amount of infrastructure and team to support that. So what we have done, right, is Emiza is a unique combination of three things. One is we are extremely strong in our industrial design. So the kind of facilities that you see here, how we design our facilities, the layout of it. Second is our operational excellence, right, in terms of the kind of teams that we build, the kind of processes we set. And third is our technology, and that is sort of the glue that sticks it together. So we are the only company today in India, probably in the world, that's actually developed an end-to-end technology stack for commerce. And when I say end-to-end technology stack, it's right from when you put an item in the shopping cart on your website to when the product is delivered at your home. So today, for any D2C brand that's trying to start their business online, they have to deal with at least 4 or 5 different service providers. They'll deal with someone for checkout who'll give them a checkout solution. They'll deal with someone who'll give them a order management and warehouse management software. They'll deal with a 3PL who'll run the operation. They'll deal with a shipping aggregator who'll handle the delivery part, and then they'll deal with a communication or a WhatsApp entity for the entire transactional messaging. So for a brand to manage 4 or 5 different providers is difficult, and all these are different tech stacks. They don't talk to each other. Interoperability is a challenge. So our USP is that we are the only ones today in the country, and probably the world, who's actually developed a platform called Unify, where we bring all of these 5 pieces together into one seamless end-to-end journey. So that way the customer's experience is unbroken, and the seller can manage his entire operations from one single dashboard and doesn't have to jump between 4 or 5 different dashboard.
How is Emiza adapting to the market dynamics?
So basically what the current trend is, what the clients are looking for today. So if you see right now, the first and foremost requirement is visibility.
Yeah.
So the CXOs, the senior management, the supply chain team, they want a clear-cut visibility of entire supply chain, where the goods are stored, how much is stored, where it is selling, and how much I should store at some places. So our technology, our new software which we have launched, our own WMS, in-house grown WMS, that is helping the brands to see the real-time status. The CXOs can see real-time dashboard. We have analytical tool. We have the high intelligence tool, BI tools, which can also do the planning part for them. Actually, that can help the planning their inventory at the right location. That is the one thing they are looking. The second thing they are looking, which in fact our government, our Prime Minister also wants to do, that is the cost optimization, reducing the overall supply chain cost. So that is, we are focusing completely using our software, using our skilled people, our team members who are highly trained actually, and also we are adding value to the client by reducing their cost.
So as we are wrapping up this interview, tell me Ajay, then what is your vision for Emiza for the coming years?
So if you look at it, right, India is at the cusp of its consumer story, right? Consumerism is just growing in leaps and bounds in this country, down to tier 3, tier 4 cities. So I think commerce is here to stay. The new channels, like Jitendra mentioned, are here to stay. So I think we've got a very, very long road ahead in terms of that, right? So for us to sort of really capitalize on this, we need to ensure that we keep building infrastructure also. I think, so we're very focused on building new infrastructure, constantly innovating our technology so that we keep meeting the new demands of our consumers and the new channels out there. And there are two important trends that we're seeing also now, right? One is, especially with the government putting pressure on Amazon, Flipkart and the marketplaces to become a true marketplace, in the sense that they should no longer buy inventory and hold inventory. They want brands to manage that. So I think there's a clear opportunity for us to basically become sort of a distributor for these brands and employ other innovative models where we can help these brands scale on a marketplace. That's one trend. Second is, India is now becoming a factory for the world. And this year itself, I think Amazon did about $7 billion worth of exports from here overseas. So there's a massive opportunity to take Indian brands overseas through a cross-border platform. So I think our focus, like I said, would be on building that cross-border piece out. Second is, within India, helping these brands sort of grow their business across marketplaces. And to do all of that, our infrastructure, our operations and our technology is sort of the underpinning, the bedrock that holds it together. So that's sort of our plan for the future.
Right. Jitendra, your final thoughts?
Basically, see, we want to make sure, and we will ensure my clients are keeping crores and crores of worth of inventory with us. So we are going to give them the safe, secure and timely processing and right environment to keep the material. So we want to build the trust with the client, and as the country is growing, we want to grow with the clients in the country as well. That's
I think we want to be part of, we want to be part of building the nation. Yeah.
Right. Well, all the very best, and it was wonderful chatting with the both
you.
of you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.